Hello, loves. It's Catherine here from Self-Unity. Welcome to your new moon in Pisces pick a card reading. Okay, love, so before we get into the different readings for each card and before I show you each little turtle that we have here for you to pick from, I want to talk a little bit about this new moon in Pisces, okay? So this new moon in Pisces is also happening during Pisces season, which means that right now the sun is in the sign of Pisces, okay? So when we come up on this new moon, which is happening on March 2nd, 2022. This will be a Wednesday if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and a Thursday if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, okay? When we come up on this new moon, we are going to be hit with a wave of healing energy, okay? And this healing energy is going to shake us up a little bit as a means to get us to become aware of what we need to release from our systems, from our bodies, from our mind, from our soul, from our emotions. Okay, so anything that you're storing internally that you haven't allowed yourself to process, haven't allowed yourself to feel, is going to be coming up to the surface, coming up into your awareness, so that way you can process it, you can release it, you can do whatever you need to do to get it out of your system. And this is happening because generally on new moons, we are guided to set new intentions. Okay, there's a new cycle starting with the moon. And Spirit's also saying, we are almost going to be starting the new astrological year as well, which is going to start when the sun moves into Aries about mid-March. Okay, and so we're going to be setting new intentions overall for this new astrological year and for this new moon cycle that we're coming up on, okay? And so Spirit is bringing to our awareness all the things that we need to release from our systems, because when we set these new intentions for this new cycle, we are going to have to shed the layers of what we've been carrying internally or what we've been practicing in our physical world, such as habits, or, maybe you're on a certain path, but that path isn't necessarily in alignment with the intentions that you're going to be setting for yourself for this new moon and new astrological year. Okay, so all of that has to come up and you have to process it and release it before you can fully align and embrace these new intentions that you're setting for yourself. Okay, love. So just know that this new moon in Pisces, it can be a little bit emotionally triggering, and especially with the double Pisces energy, with the moon being in Pisces and the sun being in Pisces, we can get a little bit emotional because we all have a Pisces in our life, and Pisces are generally, they're very sensitive and they feel things on a deeper level than other signs do. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, loves, but let's go ahead and get into the different readings that we have here today, okay? So we have 4 selections, 4 different turtles to choose from. All right, so if you are feeling called to number 1, this is number 1 here. All right, we have a little turtle. This is a turtle from Hawaii. All right, and I'm just going to show you each of the turtles, and then you can pick which one you feel called to, and I'll put timestamps in the description box down below for you to choose from. This is turtle number 2. Turtle number 2, it has a little rose on it. All right, and then we have turtle number 3. This is actually a little pendant. You can see the pendant there, but it's rather large. Oh, sorry, my ring's turned. All right, turtle number 3. And then we have turtle number 4. And this one's a little fun. Oh, it actually has a like a butterfly or a moth on it. And this one's actually a whistle, and there's like some bells in it. All right, I just love this little guy too. All right, so go ahead and make your selection, and then you can click on the timestamps in the description box down below. All right, loves, I'll see you in your reading. All right, love, so this is pile number 1. So if you picked this sea turtle here, this is your reading. And I'm actually going to read this little note here. Okay, so this says the Hawaiian green sea turtle. Your sea turtle is a limited edition made by artist Benjamin Dealer. Okay, for the ancient Hawaiians, the sea turtle symbolized wisdom and longevity. May the power of turtle bring you peacefulness and long life. I think there's another message here. Oh, okay, that's just a little description about Hawaii. Okay, so this could symbolize a message for you, either the meaning of wisdom and longevity, maybe the turtle itself is significant to you. There's also mention of peacefulness and a long life and Hawaii itself. So some of you may be taking a trip to Hawaii soon or thinking of it. Maybe you're from there or you live there or you visited there. Maybe you have significant memories from there as well. I'm going to take this decor turtle out and we'll place yours there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with your reading today. So I drew a mermaid oracle for everyone, and this is going to be the card we start with. All right, Pile 1 year says time out, awareness, contemplation, solitude, and time alone. And we have number 36 up here. All right, so some of you may definitely be needing a vacation, which is so interesting because you picked the turtle that is from Hawaii and that talks about Hawaii. Okay, so some of you may definitely be thinking about taking a trip as a means to have some alone time, to just reflect and contemplate on, your life in general. Maybe you're needing a break. I'm sensing like some of you may be feeling a little bit burnt out. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been allowing yourself to get a little bit stressed out over things that you don't necessarily need to be stressed out about. And because you're just like so caught up in whatever it is that you're working on, you're unable to see that, the stress is a little bit unnecessary. And if you just take a step back, you'll be able to relax and take a deep breath. Okay, so some of you are definitely needing a break, needing a day off, needing to take a trip somewhere. I'm hearing from Spirit, if there's a place that you enjoy going, like maybe just in your city, maybe there's like a specific park nearby, like near your home or near your work, Spirit's guiding you, to take some time to go visit that place that you love so much and to just enjoy being with yourself and to just enjoy being in the present moment. Okay, you don't always have to be doing something. You don't always have to be doing something. It's okay to just be and to just enjoy the present moment and to just, enjoy doing the things that bring you joy just for the sake of bringing you joy and a sense of peace and a sense of love. Okay, so take some time to yourself just because. You don't need a reason and you don't need an excuse. Although Spirit is saying that, you do have a reason, and that's because you're getting a little bit burnt out or you're too consumed in whatever it is that you're working on, that you're not necessarily taking care of yourself and taking care of your like mental and emotional body. Okay, so usually when we start to experience burnout, our mental thinking and our emotions, they get a little bit haywire and we're not able to think clearly, or we get a little bit overwhelmed and emotional. And so Spirit's saying that it's very important for you to take some time off so that way you can process all that you're feeling and you can gain your mental clarity back. Okay, all right, let's see what these next cards are here. Okay, so we have 2 cards here from the spellcasters. This is spellcasting oracle deck. Okay, so first we have healing. Yes, Pile 1, you are in deep need of some healing and some alone time. All right, and when you do make time to spend with yourself, you allow this healing to take place. Spirit's saying there's nothing that you need to do to invoke this healing except by going and spending time with yourself, going to that favorite place that brings you a sense of solitude, that brings you a sense of peace, that brings you a sense of joy. Just by carving out time to spend with yourself, you're naturally going to invoke healing within yourself. And Pile 1, if you're seeking answers, if you're like racking your brain, looking for signs, looking for synchronicities, just constantly looking around because you need the answer to something, Spirit's saying that it's not going to come to you until you take a step back and you just allow yourself to be, okay? Stop looking for the answers. Stop, worrying about when things are going to work out or how they're going to work out, and just allow yourself to be in the present moment, okay? Some of you may be needing to practice breath work, such as meditation. Even like I'm seeing just, going on a walk 5 minutes a day, a few minutes a day, or even longer than that if you need it. And when you're on this walk, just kind of tuning into your breath, okay? Just, focusing on that. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You can even do it right now. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. That's really what you need, Pile 1. You need to just, take a moment to be. You weren't meant to do anything except breathe. That is all we come to Earth to do, is to breathe, to be and to breathe, okay? All this other stuff that you think you have to do or that you're allowing to occupy your time and consume you, it's all just extra stuff. And it will be there tomorrow. So it's okay if you take a day off. It's okay if you take a step back. It's okay if you leave that work for tomorrow or even the day after. Just take some time to yourself. All right, what else do we have? Oh, we have freedom. Freedom. Yes, Pile 1, I'm almost feeling like you feel like you're trapped in this cage that you can't get out of, when in reality, you're the only one that has placed yourself in this cage. You're the only one that is choosing to stay where you are. You can make the choice to step out of it. You can make the choice to take a day off. You can make the choice to take that luxurious, extravagant vacation that you've been wanting to take. The choice is up to you. I'm also seeing, Pile 1, that you're so hesitant to take a break from whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're giving your 130%, you're like giving your all to this project or to this work or even to this relationship, that you're unable to see that you need this break, really. And I'm also seeing that, oh shoot, I lost it. I always do this. The messages flow in and then they flow out. All right, Pile 1. I'm sorry I lost your message there. It'll come back though. But I am seeing with the freedom card that, okay. I feel like you're seeking something, Pile 1. There's something you're seeking. Again, Spirit's bringing you back to the message of like looking for answers, looking for signs, looking for synchronicities, when the answers you seek already exist within your own being. They already exist within your intuition. All right, you already know the answer. You already have the answer. It's just a matter of, I'm seeing this clear path, Pile 1 here, where you need to make the decision to stop whatever it is that you're allowing to consume your time, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job, because again, I feel like you're getting this sense of burnout and you're really needing a break from it. But it's almost like you're hesitant to do that because it's like you're seeking these answers to something, but it's almost like you're afraid of the answer that you're going to get. But at the same time, you already know the answer, okay? And so I'm feeling like because you already know the answer on an intuitive level, you're afraid to explore that answer. You're afraid to accept that answer because that means that you're going to have to make some changes, all right? Especially if you're feeling like you're in a cage, like say this is about work or this is about a relationship, and you know that it's not really serving you anymore, or you're constantly experiencing burnout, or you're needing to take some time out so you can allow yourself to heal from something that happened. you know that you're going to have to break free of that cage and you're going to have to make changes. And that can be daunting. It can be scary, because, change is always, it's always unknown, essentially. Like, you never know exactly what's going to happen when you take that leap. But pile one, Spirit's saying here that you have to ask yourself, do you want to continue on the path that you're on with either, the person that you're with in that relationship or the job that you're working at? Do you want to continue allowing yourself to feel burnout? Do you want to continue not having the time to take to yourself, to care for yourself, to do the things that you want to do, to go explore the places that you want to explore? And circling back, Spirit's saying that once you do take a step back and you make the choice that you need to make to break out of that cage, because again, you already have the answers that you're seeking. They already exist within you. You already know what they are. You're just looking for confirmation, waiting for somebody else to do it for you. No, Spirit's saying you have to do this for yourself. You have to break free of that cage that you're allowing yourself to stay trapped in. And once you do that, you're going to feel this sense of freedom that you're longing for, okay? So take that leap of faith. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. All right, there's magic to be had. And pile one, they're just bringing me back to this saying, are you happy with where you're at now? Do you feel satisfied? Is this the space that you want to be in forever? Because if you don't make these changes, you very well could end up staying where you are for longer than intended. Okay, so just some things to think about there, pile one. All right, let's go on to these next cards here. This is from the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. We have 39, surrender. Yes, you need to surrender. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. And we have number 39 there. And we also had 36 on this mermaid one there. So you need to surrender, pile one. And then we have 37, soul. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. I'm getting this message because we have 3 cards with 30, like numbers from the 30s on here, that some of you watching this may be in your 30s, or if you resonate with the message of this being about a relationship, the other person could also be in their 30s, okay? Wow, and we also have 36 here. All right, so definitely could be in your 30s, or maybe you're entering your 30s soon, or even, I think a lot of these are in the late 30s, so you could be entering your 40s soon. All right, so 36, sensuality. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings, experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. Sensuality. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. Okay, pile one. I'm getting a couple different messages with these cards here. Okay, so first off, you're needing to surrender to all that we talked about with these first 3 cards here, okay? You're needing to surrender to what you need and not the expectations that you're placing on yourself, or, not latching on to possible expectations that other people may have of you, okay? Because none of that matters. What matters is you, how you view yourself, how you love yourself, and what you most want in life, and what you most want to experience out of the path that you may be transitioning out of or transitioning into, okay? And so what I'm getting with these 2 cards here, soul and sensuality, is that I just feel, pile one here, that you're not happy. I feel like you're not feeling happy, and it's starting to catch up to you, okay? Especially with mentioning that burnt out energy. You're just feeling burnt out. You're feeling at a loss. You're feeling as though the situation that you're in it's almost like there's nothing more that you can get out of it because you've been in it for so long. You've already learned everything you needed to learn. It's already served its purpose for you. You've already served your purpose in staying in that situation. And now you're realizing that I'm seeing that you may be realizing that this path that you've been on, or this situation or experience that you're in, it isn't serving to your soul and to your sense of happiness. Okay, I feel like you may be a very sensual being, or you may enjoy like connecting with your sensuality or your sense of sensuality, but whatever situation you're in now, it's almost like it's blocking you from fully expressing your sensuality, from fully exploring it, from fully embodying it, and fully embracing it. Okay, and so that is why Spirit's asking you to surrender to that unknown, surrender to the answers that you already have within your intuitive knowing. Okay, and surrender to the possibility of healing, okay? Because you're already healing by already tapping into this awareness and already, asking the questions, asking for the signs that you want to receive, asking to experience the synchronicities, to receive the answers that you're looking for. You're already allowing yourself to transition out of this. Okay, it's just now a matter of taking the steps to making that change and to to seeking that freedom that you're wanting to explore. Okay, there's also, Spirit's also saying here that when you do take a step back and you come back into yourself, and either you take that vacation or you take some time off, Spirit wants you to know that this is going to be a time of healing. This is going to be a time of getting in touch with your soul, getting in touch with your sensuality, finding what freedom means to you, healing. Okay, and so this is going to be a time of surrender. All right, you've been in this almost like fast-paced energy. That's why you're reaching this point of burnout. And so Spirit's just wanting to say, give yourself some time when you do take a step back, when you do go on that vacation. Don't just go on vacation for a day. No, you need a month vacation. You need some time off, okay? And so this is going to take some time for you to heal from. There's a lot that you're going to be processing. There's a lot that you're going to be uncovering about yourself. There's a lot that you're going to be healing from. There's a lot that you're going to be processing and releasing. Okay, so give yourself the time that you need. Don't try to rush this process. Surrender to the process and really focus on getting in touch with your soul and what it is that you want to feel free, to feel a sense of freedom, and also getting in touch with your sensuality again. Okay, so this, I'm also seeing here, like this could look like dance. I feel that some of you watching this may be really enjoy dancing. Maybe you used to dance professionally, or maybe you do dance professionally and you're needing a break from it. But if you do enjoy dancing and you haven't been dancing, this is your sign to, start dancing again, start having fun, start moving your body. I'm also seeing some of you may be considering taking dancing classes. Okay, so if that's something you're considering, go for it, surrender to that call, book those sessions, and go to the classes. Okay, some of you may also be wanting to move your body in different ways. I'm seeing like yoga, working out, running, walking, sex, even self-pleasure. Okay, so there are different ways of connecting with your sensuality, and Spirits they're guiding you to connect with your sensuality in the way that feels best for you and your soul and your healing journey. Okay, all right, let's get into these tarot cards here. So these are from the Light Seers Tarot. Ooh, we have Queen of Pentacles. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. All right, so Spirit's saying that you do not have to worry about your sense of finances, your sense of security. You are the freaking Queen of Pentacles. You will be supported no matter what. Okay, so some of you may be hesitant to take this leap to move out of this cage that you've been in, to take a vacation, to take a break, to take some time off because you may be worried about your sense of finances, okay? But in this healing journey, Spirit knows that you're needing this healing journey. They know that you're needing this time off to process and to heal and to surrender. And so they will support you no matter what. And you never know. I'm seeing like when you do finally take this leap and you take a step back and you take some time off, Spirit's saying that, you know, like maybe you'll take a week to really just sit with yourself and to heal whatever needs healing. Maybe you'll even take 2 weeks, but then, hey, by the 3rd week, you might be hit with some type of idea, a new idea. Maybe you'll get a new job offer. Maybe you'll get a promotion. You never know. You'll get some type of surprise that will come to you, honoring what your vessel most needs at this time, what you most need at this time, you know, abundant support. Okay, so this could be in the form of financial abundance. It could even be like a family member reaching out, just wanting to offer you money just because they were thinking of you. Okay, so you never know how Spirit is going to bless you. Okay, so Spirit's saying don't worry about that right now because they really need you focusing on your healing journey and to getting yourself back to a state of peace, a state of joy, and finding that sense of freedom within yourself again. All right, we also have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, you bring the light. Yes, you bring the light there. Let's see what these other cards are here. Yes, we have 13, death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. This is what you're going through. You're closing out one door so you can be reborn again. Oh, and then we have 11, justice. These cards are so pretty. All right, and then we have 5 of swords. I'm hearing like this is you, pile one, racking your brain what to do, but you already know what to do. You already know. And then we have 6 of wands. 6 of wands. We have 2 wands, 2 major arcana, and a sword and a pentacle. Okay, pile one. So with these tarot cards here, I'm getting a couple different messages, as I always say. But really, first off, this death and rebirth, I feel like this is what you're going through right now. Something needs to end so something new can begin again. Okay, so just like I said with this Queen of Pentacles energy, all right, you never know when Spirit is going to come in and give you some type of gift of abundance or some type of surprise or a blessing that you've been needing, okay? And so right now, you may not be aware that there is a new beginning on the horizon for you, okay? Right now, you may just be really consumed with how you're feeling emotionally, with you know, that feeling of feeling burnt out, that feeling of needing to take time so you can heal. And Spirit's saying, like, yes, give yourself permission to do that. If that's what you're feeling, if that's what you're thinking about every day, day in and day out, that is your sign. All right. If this is something you're constantly thinking about, constantly questioning, that is your sign in itself, because you're constantly thinking it every day. If it wasn't meant to be, you wouldn't be having these thoughts, these feelings every single day. But you are, okay? And so that is why you're being guided to take this little break, to take a time out and to surrender to what you're feeling, what you're experiencing internally, and what you need to process and to heal. Okay, but I'm seeing here, like, this has to end. Whatever it is that you're constantly questioning, seriously, it has to end. And so no matter what, if you choose to walk away from this, or if you choose to stay in it, eventually you're going to experience some kind of ending with it, some kind of death there. Sorry, I was pointing at that, but you couldn't see. Because something needs to start again, okay? And I'm seeing that again, Spirit's saying that you're missing out on those emotions of feeling joy, those emotions of feeling happiness. You're missing out on feeling like this Queen of Wands energy here. Look at how happy she is. She knows that she brings the fire to any situation. She brings the light to her own life and to her own experiences. And I feel, Pylon, that maybe you've forgotten that you bring bring that light, you bring that joy, because you haven't been able to access it because you've been so consumed with all these external things that are going on in your life. And once you take a step back, once you take that time off, you're going to be able to reignite that fire in your soul and reconnect with yourself again, and be able to tap into your sensuality and be able to give yourself the freedom that you are seeking outside of you. It's not going to be found outside of you. It's only going to be found within, when you surrender to what you're feeling, to what you're thinking, and what you're needing to process. Okay. Now with this Justice card here, we have the 11 Justice. I'm seeing that if you do resonate with the message of this being about a relationship, I feel that this person that you are in a relationship with or in connection with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection, it feels like it may have been toxic to you, okay? And take that however it resonates, but I feel like it may not have been the best relationship, and you're realizing that maybe you're giving more to this relationship than you're getting out of it. And so you're realizing that it's time to cut ties. But I almost feel here, pile one, like you're wanting to stay in this connection because maybe you want to bring a sense of self-justice to them. In Spirit saying, like, you don't need to do that, okay? Karma will come around to them. It's not up to you to make them feel any sort of way, because that's just going to blow up in your face later, and it's going to cause more, what is the word? Like more chaos within this connection. Whereas if you just choose to, up and leave, or give yourself the time that you need away from this relationship, just take some time to yourself to process what you're feeling, and to take the time to heal from it, and then eventually to integrate the lessons that you've learned, that when you've reflected on them, you'll be able to see that, even though this relationship wasn't exactly what you expected or wanted out of it, there are still beautiful lessons in it, and maybe you can still have some type of connection with them. It just won't be in the same way, and it can also be at a distance. So, but whereas if you had tried to pursue your own sense of giving them self-justice, you may not be able to salvage this relationship and continue having a peaceful closure with them. Okay, so just be aware of that, and just Spirit saying, give it to God, give it to the universe, let them take care of the karma and the sense of justice, because it always comes back around, and it will. Okay, and you also have to understand here, Spirit saying that they're on their own path, and they're at their own level of consciousness, which may be different from yours, okay? And so they may not even be able to comprehend or understand what you're starting to understand and comprehend about yourself and about this relationship. So they may not be able to see what you're seeing now, but maybe Spirit's saying, like, they'll be able to see it, maybe years down the line, because that's just where they're at on their own spiritual evolution and on their own soul path. Okay, so it's not up to you to make anyone else see things the way that you're seeing them. It's only up to you to focus on your own perspective and your own healing and your own path. Okay, all right, let's see if there's any other messages coming through with these cards here. Yes, look at this card. I didn't notice this on the Five of Swords, but he's kind of holding his head here. He's got this little crow, giving him the messages. He's needing or looking for the answers. And then look back here, it's like he's free. He's listened to the messages. He's walking into the light, and now he's free. He's made his climb up the mountain. Okay, so that is kind of the path that you're on right now. You may be in this energy, but again, you already have the messages that you're seeking. You just have to follow them. And Spirit's saying here too that you're not going to get all the answers at once, because that would be too overwhelming. But right now, you're getting the message message that you need a break, that you need to take time off, that you need to go on vacation, you need to take a couple weeks to a month off so that way you can heal, you can process, and you can surrender. That is the step. That is the answer that you have right now. You don't know what's going to happen next because you're not meant to know right now, because you're meant to go through this healing process. You're meant to take this time off and to reflect. And then once you do that, you know, the next steps, the next answers will naturally come to you. Okay. So don't try to force yourself into knowing the exact path that's ahead of you. Okay. Because you wouldn't learn anything. And you wouldn't have the experience that you're meant to have to, you know, walk upon, essentially. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what your last card is here, pile one. So I drew this is from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck. And these are kind of cards of affirmation. So this is an affirmation to end your reading, loves. You have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So if you feel called, recite this affirmation to yourself. Trust in the answers that you're getting. Trust in the process that you're being guided to walk upon. All right. I know it may look a little different than the expectations you've set for yourself or the expectations that others have set for you, but that's okay. This is your own path. This is your own healing journey. It is not anyone else's. All right. And Spirit is guiding you. Your intuition is guiding you. And just know that you will be blessed along the way. You will be supported. You will be taken care of. So one more time, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. All right, pile one, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you enjoyed most about your reading or if it connected with you. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can send me an email at selfunity@outlook.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at selfunity and send me a DM through there. And then I also want to mention that I am also having a new moon in healing activation for the new moon in Pisces. It's happening on March 2nd. So you can register for that again by sending me an email or DMing me on Instagram. And it's only $11.11 to join. So if that's something you feel called to do, you know, just send me a message and we can get you registered for it. All right, pile one, I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a blessed new moon in Pisces. Hello, pile two. All right, love. So if you picked this cute little tortoise here, this is going to be your divine reading for the new moon in Pisces that is happening on March 2nd. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your selection before we get into your reading with the cards. Okay, so this tortoise here has the symbol of a rose on it, and it's got one on this side as well. And then we also have the color, it's like a little pink kind of mauve red color there. And then we also have a yellow stripe and some greens and some blues intertwined with it. Okay, so any of these symbols may be significant to you in some way, but specifically this rose here. And then the other message that's coming to mind with this selection of the tortoise is the story, the hare and the tortoise, okay? And so that is actually a fable, and we know that all fables have a moral to their story. And the moral of that story is that slow and steady wins the race, okay? So that is a significant message that Spirit wants me to share with you all at this time. Slow and steady wins the race. So you may need to slow it down a bit. There may be something in your life that you're rushing towards or trying to get done quickly. When Spirit's trying to let you know, just to slow it down. They're asking, what's the rush? Why are you in a hurry? And if you choose to continue rushing, Spirit's saying that you might miss something important, okay? I'm also saying like maybe you're seeking for something, or maybe you're worrying about the timing of something, and Spirit's saying that you don't have to worry and you don't have to look. Just trust in the divine timing, trust and have patience that whatever it is that you're seeking will come to you in the divine's perfect timing. Okay, so I'm going to set this little guy there, and then we'll get into your cards. Okay, loves. So the first card that I drew, so I drew a card from the Oracle of Mermaids for each pile, and this is going to set the tone for your reading. So let's see what your first card is here. Oh, we have Conchomancy, number 32, and this says Seashell Divination, Wisdom of the Shells. This is so interesting. I've never heard of this word Conchomancy until I started using this deck, so it's really unique. But what I'm getting overall with this card and for your reading is that you are coming into your gifts of divination, or you may be expanding your gifts of divination, developing them, strengthening them, or just naturally becoming more in tune with them, okay? I'm feeling that you may be starting to come up on a place where you want to offer your divine gifts as a service to others, okay? And so what I'm getting from that is that I know that you've known about these divine gifts, okay? And so when I say divine gifts, Spirit's saying that you may be clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, or you may be having prophetic dreams, okay? And even like premonitions, and just overall being able to, tap into certain energies and to just know things. Oh, that's the other one, claircognizant. Okay, so you may resonate with knowing that you have this ability of divination in relation to any of those clairs that I listed, and also the prophetic dreams there. But what I'm getting here is that you've known about these divine gifts, but maybe you've kept them to yourself for some time, but now you're feeling a little bit more confident about your divine gifts. You're feeling more comfortable with them. You've been able to explore them and to develop them in a way where like how to tune into them, and what their I guess essentially like what their purpose is. Okay, and I'm just getting that overall you're going to be starting to come out of your shell a little bit with your divine gifts, and you're going to be able to start sharing these gifts with others. You're going to start allowing yourself to be of service to others, okay? Now, Spirit's saying here that in the past, you may have been hesitant to open up about these divine gifts with others because I'm seeing that maybe you had, when you first started tapping into these divine gifts, started learning about them, started exploring them, you may have opened up to somebody close to you about this, but because it was very new to you, it may have also been new to them, and they may not have understood it or may not have been able to offer the best system of support to you. And so you kind of closed yourself off from sharing these divine gifts with others. But now that you've had time to really process it for yourself and learn it and develop it, you may be starting to feel the call that it's time to open up and share these gifts with others. And with that, Spirit's saying that, the people that are going to most benefit from your gifts and the people that you're going to be offering like these gifts of healing or divination to others as a service, the people that are going to be benefiting from these gifts, or that you're going to be helping and healing, they're going to naturally be attracted to you, and they're naturally going to open up their arms to you and to invite in this healing that you have to offer to them. Now, another message that I'm getting with this card here is the seashell discussion. Okay, it's a seashell divination, and it says wisdom of shells. Okay, so you may be somebody who really enjoys working with shells, or maybe you collect shells. You may live near the beach or near an ocean, and you just find it what's the word? Like very peaceful. You may seek solitude in going to the beach and the ocean, and maybe just, looking at the shells or picking through seashells. That may be something that brings you joy. And it may also be something that helps connect you even deeper to your intuition and to your divine gifts. Okay, I was going to go on to the next cards, but Spirit's saying here as well, there's one last message with this. So I'm really drawn to how she's kind of decked out in all these pearls, and she has this beautiful head wrap on her, head wrap on her head. And so with that, Spirit's saying that you may be considering like changing up your appearance a bit, or I'm just seeing like Spirit saying that you're somebody who really enjoys getting dressed up, maybe, you know, putting on makeup. And so, yeah, they're just saying that it's something that you enjoy doing. I don't think there's a message of guidance there. They just say that you like to get dressed up. Oh, I am seeing that maybe like some of you that may not resonate with that message, that you enjoy getting dressed up, you may be going to some type of event soon where you will have to kind of dress up, you know, fix your hair, put on some makeup. It may just be like a more formal event than you're used to going to. Yeah, that's the message coming through there. Okay, let's see what your next few cards are here, pile 2. So this is from Nature's Whispers. All right, so wow, we have 42. Let love be your beacon. And I'm saying wow because every single time I use this deck, Nature's of Whispers, this card comes out. It always makes an appearance. So let love be your beacon. Okay, pile 2. So with this let love be your beacon, what I'm picking up on is it's bringing me back to what I was saying with this contromancy card here, that some of you may be a little bit hesitant to start sharing your divine gifts with the world around you because of when you may have tried to do so in the past. Somebody may have come in and they may have not made you feel comfortable starting to share these gifts with others. And so Spirit's just reminding you here to let love guide you. All right, let love be your beacon here. You know, Spirit's saying that these gifts of yours, being clairaudient, being clairvoyant, receiving prophetic dreams, these are gifts from the Spirit of love. These are gifts from the divine. If you weren't meant to share these gifts with others in the world around you, you wouldn't even have access to these gifts, okay? And I'm also seeing like Spirit's reminding me here or they're telling me to remind you that, you know, without these gifts, you wouldn't be who you are today. You wouldn't be where you are today. And so Spirit's asking you to kind of reflect on what these gifts have done for you and how they have brought you closer to a space of love within yourself. Okay? So how can you let love be your beacon? How can you let love guide you to start sharing these gifts with the world around you and with others around you? All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, look at this next card. 41, be in service. Yeah, Spirit is guiding you and your intuition is guiding you to start offering these gifts with the others around you. And Spirit's saying, you know, if you don't resonate with the message of being clairvoyant, being clairaudient, having some type of gift of divination, this could be about something else. There could be some type of business venture that you want to start exploring. There could be some type of project that you want to start exploring. Maybe there's a certain group of people that you want to start working with. I'm also seeing volunteer services. Maybe there's some type of nonprofit organization that you want to start volunteering your time and your services to. Okay, this is the call to follow that calling. Yes, or not the call, but this is your sign to start following that calling and to just let love guide you. I keep hearing let love guide you, okay? You're receiving these messages of guidance to put yourself in service or to, you know, move to these spaces that are going to help others and that are, you know, where you're going to be of service to others in some way. Because it's coming from a space of love within yourself, and it's also going to help create more love in the community around you and the people that you're going to be working with. Yes, so put yourself out there, okay? I know it's scary to take that first step, but when you sink into your heart space, you sink into that feeling, those intuitive feelings that you're receiving, and you let them guide you, you know, you're gonna fly. You're gonna fly. You're not even gonna have time to think about all the worries and the what ifs, you know, that space that you may be in now. You're not going to have time to think about any of that because you're going to be so busy offering love and your services to others, and you're going to be so busy like creating these magical healing, this magical healing that you're going to be sharing with others, and it's going to be really beautiful, and it's going to fill you up more than you can imagine. Okay, so you're receiving this calling for a reason. It's time to follow it. It's time to let love guide you there. All right, let's see what your next 3 cards are here. So these are from the Sacred Geometry of Relationships, and the first card we have is 21, Freedom. Freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. And with this card, I'm actually hearing that saying, what is that saying? If you could do anything and you knew you would be supported 100%, what would you do? Okay, if you knew you could do anything and you would be supported in all areas of life, all aspects of life, what would you do? And why aren't you doing that? Okay, because that is what's going to offer you this gift of freedom. That's what's going to allow you to set yourself free. Okay, let's see what these other cards are here. We have 25, Integrity. The energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. Yes, have integrity. Have faith in your gifts is what I'm hearing. Have faith in the vision that you have for yourself. Have faith in your intuition. Have faith in the universe and the path that is being mapped out for you. Okay, I'm also seeing here with the integrity card to, you have to put the belief behind what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're being called to, because Spirit's saying, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? You have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe in these divine gifts, and you already have the proof. Okay, I know you already have the proof. It's bringing me back to like prophetic dreams. If you have prophetic dreams and you know it, then you know it. There's no need to question it. It's already proven itself to you. Okay, and Spirit's also saying like you don't need proof because intuitively you've already worked on developing your gifts, strengthening the bond that you have with your gifts and with your intuition. So you know that you can trust your intuition, and you can trust where you're being called to go. Okay, you just have to take those steps and you have to start walking that path. Let's see what this last card is. Wow, okay. So this deck has 2 freedom cards. They have some kind of printing error, and so all the decks have 2 copies of the freedom card in different colors, and you got both. That's so crazy. You got both freedoms. That's amazing. Okay, so this is the energy of freedom. I'm going to read it one more time. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Wow, I cannot believe that you got both freedoms. What are you doing, pile 2? It's time to set yourself free. It's time to let this love in and to move towards the spaces that are calling you. Okay, you can do this. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, and set yourself free. I'm seeing here, pile 2, that you may, again, there's just saying you may be hesitant to move forward with sharing these new ideas or sharing these divine gifts with others because you're hesitant as to what other people will think of you. And, Spirit's saying that it doesn't matter what other people think of you because there's always going to be somebody there with something to say. Okay, but what matters is how you think of yourself. And Spirit's saying with that, if you choose to not explore this path that's calling to you, If you choose not to explore it, how are you going to feel about yourself in 5 years? Are you going to regret having not walked this path? Or are you going to be thankful that you stayed where you are and kept your gifts to yourself and didn't offer them to others? Okay. It's a big question to think about there, but definitely think about that, internalize it, okay? Because your intuition is calling and guiding you to these spaces to be in service to yourself and to others for a reason. And, not everything of this path is going to be revealed to you right away. But there is so much magic and so much healing and so much for you to learn and experience along this path. And again, it's calling you for a reason, and it's not going to go away. You can try to push it down, you can try to push it away. But if you're feeling trapped in any way, if you're not embodying this, feeling this sense of freedom, your intuition is the one that's guiding you to what's going to allow you to feel the sense of freedom and also to feel the sense of love again. Okay, so put yourself out there, give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? Just think about that. There's so many questions coming through here for you. All right, let's see what your tarot cards are. So your tarot deck today is from the Wildwood Tarot. Okay, so we have 16, the Blasted Oak. And this card represents the Tower in traditional tarot. It's the Tower. All right, so things have to crumble so that way we can build them back up. I'm going to go through all of these and then we'll get into the divine messages there. We have Knight of Bows, the Fox. Look at that little face there. That's so cute. Knight of Bows, the Fox. And then we have King of Arrows, Kingfisher. Wow, we have 2 court cards already. King of Arrows and Knight of Bows. And then we have 7 of Bows, Clarence. I'm going to move these up a little bit so you can see them a little better. All right, and then we have 10 of Vessels, Happiness. 10 of Vessels, Happiness. And the vessels are the cups in traditional tarot. And then we have Ace of Vessels, the Waters of Life. Okay, pile 2. So right away with these cards, I'm drawn to this Tower card here. So in traditional tarot, the Tower or the Blasted Oak, it represents the changing of paths. But before you can change paths, something has to fall away. You have to surrender to what wants to be released from your path. And I am picking up on this, that bringing me back to the hesitancy that you may be feeling. You may be hesitant to start sharing these gifts with others around you because in order to do so, you're going to have to let go of some things, okay? And I'm seeing specifically there may be relationships in your life where people just do not understand how these beautiful gifts that you have been gifted can be of service to others, or how they can bring more love in, okay? As I said before, in the past, spirituality, gifts of divination, gifts of prophecy can seem a little taboo to others, especially people that are not so deeply connected to their own gifts and their own intuition, okay? And so again, you may be hesitant to make this change and to put yourself in a space of offering your gifts to others and being in service to others because of these thoughts and opinions and judgments from the other people in your life. But Spirit's saying here, you're getting this calling for a reason. And once you start walking this path, there are going to naturally be other people in your life that don't understand or don't agree with it. Now, they are saying it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut ties with these people, but there may be certain sacrifices that you have to make, such as, if you do want to stay in connection with these people, you may have to, not discuss these aspects of your life with them. Or, if you don't want to be holding off part of yourself, you're going to have to set boundaries and, start expressing to these other people in your life what your gifts mean to you, expressing the process of how you came to love and appreciate these gifts within yourself. And Spirit's also saying with that, you know, they may need time. Okay, so from the moment that you realized you had these beautiful divine gifts to now, just think of how much time that has taken you to become completely comfortable with these, with your gifts and with yourself. Okay, it's going to also take the other people in your life that may not be as understanding a certain amount of time to process and to come to an unconditional understanding of what this means to you and to your relationship with them. Okay. But Spirit's also saying that there are other things that you may have to let go of in order to fully pursue this new path that is calling to you. Okay, so specifically they're saying, you know, if you work a certain type of job, you may be considering, you know, having to quit, having to let it go, or even just having to cut back hours so that way you can fully explore allowing your gifts to be in service to others. Okay, let's see what these other cards are bringing out. We have a couple court cards here. We have the Knight of Bows and the King of Arrows. Yes, okay. So with these cards here, Spirit is telling you to move forward. If you look at this kingfisher here, he's just like flying towards all of this. Okay, and so I'm going to explain each of these cards. So this card here, the Seven of Bows, these represent wands. Okay, and wands in tarot represent action. They represent movement and flowing. And then we have the Ten of Vessels, happiness. This is the card of pure bliss. It's that card of, you know, like the happy ending. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Vessels, which is the beginning journey of happy endings and reaching this Ten of Vessels. And so I feel that, you know, this is representing what your intuition's telling you. It's telling you to fly into all of these cards here. Okay, and so once you start taking action on this dream of yours, or, you know, start offering your beautiful gifts to others and being in service to others and bringing more love and letting love guide you, you're going to find this space of happiness. All right, you're going to find this Ten of Vessels energy. I am seeing for some of you, if you're asking about a relationship here, you may be meeting somebody new soon. Yeah, somebody new that you can connect with in a romantical way. And also I'm seeing like new friendships coming in. So maybe unexpected friendships. I'm seeing here, pile two, that you may not have a huge network of people that you can really open up to and discuss whatever these gifts are, whatever this new venture is that you're about to embark on. You may not have a strong support system that you can lean on and talk to about these things that you're processing, that you're thinking about, and that you're about to start taking action on, moving towards. And so Spirit's saying that once you start taking this action to move towards these things and to bring it into physical creation and to make it a reality, naturally there's going to be, you know, like soul family is going to be making its way to you. And, you know, so it's almost like Spirit saying, like, the friends that you're seeking, the connections that you're seeking, they already exist. It's just a matter of you having to walk that path so that way you can be in alignment with being open to receiving these types of relationships and connections that you want to have. Okay, but you have to take those first steps and you have to start moving towards it. Let's see if anything else comes through here. I'm seeing with this Knight of Bows, the fox here, is that, you know, again, Spirit's bringing you back to the message of needing to believe in yourself. All right, look at this fox. He's so happy with himself. You know, foxes, they're very sneaky and they do the wiliest of things. You know, they're little sneaksters, little tricksters, you know. You know, it's so interesting. This is also making me think of another fable. And it's, I can't remember the title of the fable, but it's where the fox, like, he's trying to steal some grapes and then the crows get it or something. Like, it's I don't know if anyone knows the title. Let me know in the comments down below. But there's a fable with a fox and he's trying to get the grapes. He's trying to be sneaky with them. But anyways, So some of you may be needing to read some fables. But anyways, what I was saying about this fox being sneaky, you know, even though he's a sneaky creature, look at him. He's so happy with himself. He doesn't have any qualms about being sneaky. He is satisfied. He gets what he wants and he goes after it, and he knows who he is. And he's satisfied with that. Okay, so the same thing here. Spirit's asking you to be like the fox, okay? To embody these divine gifts that you've been given, to embody these ideas that you've been given, and to start moving into action with them, so that way you can bring forth this energy of happiness and satisfaction into your life, okay? But again, it starts with you believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, and taking that leap into these spaces of freedom, into these spaces of love. All right, so surrender whatever it is that you're afraid to let go of. Let it go, and then start taking these steps to move into these spaces that you're being called to move into. All right, pile 2, I have one last card for you, and this is from the Divine Feminine Oracle, and they have little affirmations on them. So let's see what yours is. Ooh, we have Dakini. I hope I'm saying that right. Dakini, the Enlightened Feminine. I love this affirmation for you here. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. Wow, your cards are really in sync with the messages that came through today, pile 2. So I'm going to read your affirmation again. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. You can trust what you're feeling intuitively. You can trust your gut instinct. You already know. Stop questioning yourself. Stop asking others around you to decide for you. You already know you can make this decision. Okay, you can start moving towards the things that your gut and your instincts and your intuition is guiding you to move towards. Trust yourself, believe in yourself. You got this. All right, so one last time we have Dakini, the Enlightened Feminine, and you can recite this affirmation if you feel called to. You can write it down as many times as you need to until it sinks in. This will help you to really tune into your intuition and to trust it and to follow through with what it's guiding you to do, okay? So one last time, my gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope it helped you along your journey. I hope it brought you clarification that you're needing at this time. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I love to hear how these readings resonate with you. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity.com. And then I also want to let you all know that since this reading is about the new moon in Pisces, I'm also having a new moon in Pisces healing activation on March 2nd at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a distance healing session, so you don't have to be present for it, but you will receive the healing activation, the healing energy waves, and you will also receive a message of guidance for all the people, for the collective that joins the healing activation, with photos and videos of the healing altar that I set up. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity to join, or an email at selfunity@outlook if you're interested in joining. And the price is $11.11. All right, loves, I'm sending you so much healing energy. Have a beautiful new moon in Pisces. Bye, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. So if you picked this turtle here, this is a larimar stone, and this is actually a pendant. It's just a little big, so I don't really wear it, but it's really beautiful here. And this is a sea turtle. All right, so some of you may live near the ocean. Maybe you enjoy going to the ocean. Maybe you love this stone larimar. I'm also getting the message that maybe some of you will be coming in contact with a larimar stone soon. That just kind of calls to you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your reading here. Okay, so the first card that I have here, I actually drew a card for each pile from this deck. This is from the Oracle of the Mermaids, and this is going to set the tone for your reading. Oh, we have number 13, the return of Aphrodite. And this says, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, and treating as sacred. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages with this card. The first message that's coming through loud and clear is that many of you are returning to your power, to the birth of the goddess, okay? So what I'm picking up on is that some of you may have been in this period of healing where maybe, and I'm also getting like a period of healing and integration. So you may have been in a time where you felt as though things weren't going your way. Maybe you felt sad. Maybe you were processing some type of loss and processing your grief towards that loss or towards that transition in your life. Okay, but now things are starting to turn around. And I feel that this new moon in Pisces is going to really be the turning point for you. Spirit saying that this could kind of linger even into the start to the new astrological year, which will be when we enter Aries season around mid-March. Okay, so some of you may still be in this kind of back and forth energy where you may be like a little bit indecisive, not sure if you should go forward or something, not sure if you should stay where you're at until we move into the start to the new astrological year. Okay, but Spirit's also wanting me to remind you that with this transition, we are in Pisces season. The sun is in Pisces right now, and Pisces season is the end to the astrological year. Okay, so you may be closing out certain things that you weren't expecting to close out. And so what Spirit means by that is they're saying that this period of processing and integration and healing and grieving losses that you've been in, it may have been a period where you've been processing and internalizing the what is the word, like you coming up to this time where you're going to have to start making changes and transitioning and start letting go of things. Okay, so it's almost like maybe you weren't in that period of feeling sad, feeling down, feeling lost, but you've known internally that you're going to have to let go of things, that you're going to have to release things in order to just enter this new period of your life, of your journey that you're about to embrace with the transition into Aries season. Okay, so there's a lot of changes going on internally that you're soon going to be bringing into the physical realm. Okay, so if you picked pile 3, you are going through a lot of transitions internally right now, healing, processing, and you're about to move into the phase of integration. Now, with the return of Aphrodite, so we all know Aphrodite usually represents love. So there could be new connections of love coming into your life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic connections. It could be close friendships, and even seeing the return of past loved ones, maybe like close friends, maybe childhood best friends. Maybe you haven't seen certain family members in a long time, and you're soon going to be returning to one another, coming back into contact with one another. All right, I'm also picking up on the symbolism of the dolphins, and this looks like a dove here. Okay, so dolphins generally are the animal that we use to represent the twin flame journey. So some of you may be meeting your twin flame soon, or just meeting a close soulmate. Some of you may be awakening to the knowing that you're on the twin flame path. All right, and then we also have this dove symbolism here, which represents purity. I'm hearing it's a representation of purity and of transition. Okay, almost like you're flying into new spaces, flying into new beginnings, new transitions. Okay, so overall you are going through some type of transformation, some type of transition into new spaces, but it's not like it's really new to you. It's more of like a coming back. It's a return to yourself, to your power, and to your knowing. Okay, all right, let's see what these next cards are here. Okay, so these next cards here are from the Oracle deck Nature's Whispers. So let's see what you have. Oh, we have number 3, celebrate differences. Celebrate differences. Here we have another dolphin. Oh, and another dove. Oh my goodness. So these two symbols may be very significant to some of you because they're showing up twice and in the first 2 cards. And we also have the number 3. And we have the number 13 here, which is also has a number 3 in it. So you may be experiencing lots of synchronicities at this time. Okay, so what I'm picking up on immediately with this card here, celebrate differences, is that it's in relation to what I discussed about with this Return of Aphrodite card here. So if you resonate with the message that you're going to be reuniting with past connections, past friendships, past romantic connections, or family members that you haven't been able to connect with for some time now, I'm picking up on this message that when you reunite with them, it's like you've gone through this healing process, or you've spent all this time apart to the point where, in the past, when you used to spend time together, when you used to connect with one another, it almost feels like things didn't always line up. Okay, like maybe you were kind of out of sync with one another, or you didn't always agree with one another, because there are very unique qualities about both of you. Like each of you have these very different qualities, and in the past they just didn't mesh well together. And I'm hearing that it may be because you needed time to explore these unique qualities about yourselves as individuals and not with one another. Okay, and now when you reunite and you return to one another, it's like you've spent so much time apart and you've spent so much time on your individual paths, learning yourselves, growing, expanding in consciousness, that when you come together, you'll be able to celebrate each other for these differences, and you won't be, putting each other down or living in disagreement with one another for your very beautiful and unique qualities that you each possess. Okay. And then I'm also really drawn to this here. This is an ammonite fossil. Okay, and so with this, I'm just hearing like the words wisdom and knowledge. Okay, and so Spirit's bringing it back to, you've spent so much time on your individual journey and spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, learning your strengths, developing your unique qualities, your unique gifts, that you've just kind of gained so much wisdom that when you reunite with one another, you won't even have any setbacks or conflict with one another, because you've grown so much in your consciousness that you're just going to want to kind of open up your arms to them and invite them in with love in your heart and love in your mind. And then I'm also getting that some of you may be considering like taking classes again, or even offering classes to other people. Okay, like maybe you're returning to your sense of power and your confidence in yourself and in your gifts, that now you're going to start teaching others how to also step into their own power in some way. Okay, and it doesn't have to be just about stepping into your power. There could be something that you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom in, and now that you're returning to the power within yourself, your belief in yourself, and you're also transitioning into these new places, these new phases on your path, you may feel that it's time to start sharing the knowledge that you've gained along this path with others that could also benefit from this knowledge. All right, let's see what this other card is here from Nature's Whispers. We have 48, hope and happiness. Hope and happiness. Look at this. I don't know if these are doves, but they look like doves to me. Maybe they're geese. They kind of look like geese here. Oh yeah, we have geese right here. But these look like some other type of bird. So there are lots of birds showing up in the cards here. But as soon as I turned this card over, I heard that happiness is on the way, and happiness exists within you. All right, so if you feel as though you don't have much hope at this time, this card's coming out to remind you to hold on to hope. Okay, things are going to get better. All right, I'm also hearing, because we have this returning card, things from the past are coming back to you. I'm seeing that some of you, I'm seeing that when I say that you may be reconnecting with people from your past, it's almost like you go into the space of not having hope that it's going to work out again, that you're not going to be able to connect with this person again. And Spirit's just saying, no, trust in this reconnection with these people. Have hope that these connections can be renewed, and that you can celebrate the differences that you each have. Okay, this can be rekindled. And Spirit's also saying here to remind you that when you do reunite and you come back into these connections again, they're not going to be what they once were, because again, you've both gone on these individual journeys, these individual paths. You both have grown in your own ways. And so when you come back into connection with one another again, things are going to be different, because you are both different. You've both gone through different lessons, different experiences. You both have met different people that have taught you different things and shown you different things about yourselves and the world around you. Okay, so the reconnection with these relationships are going to be different. Okay, they're not going to be a repeat of what you once went through with them. Okay, so have hope in those connections. Okay, and Spirit's also bringing me back to this word here of happiness, and just this overall image here of this feminine figure that just looks kind of blissed out. So Spirit's saying, if you resonate with the message that I talked about with this card here about feeling a little down, feeling a little bit lost, or having to grieve something, okay, Spirit's saying that it's almost like they're saying you've been in this energy for too long. It's time to do something of celebration. It's time to do something that brings you feelings of joy and happiness. And I'm almost feeling like you're hesitant to do something that will make you feel happy, because it's almost like you feel a little bit guilty when you're doing things that bring you joy. And they're saying that in regards to if you resonate with the message of experiencing some type of loss. Okay, so maybe I'm seeing like maybe a loved one has passed on, or maybe you've ended a relationship with somebody or connection with somebody, and you know that they haven't quite healed from the separation in this connection, and so it's almost like you just feel guilty, or that of feeling feelings of joy, but Spirit's saying, no, you deserve to experience feelings of happiness. You deserve to return to your power and to the love that Aphrodite creates and feels. Okay, you deserve to have the things that bring you joy. Okay, and if you do resonate with the message of having to process the loss of a loved one, they want you to be happy. They want you to continue living life. Okay, I feel like, they are walking alongside you at all times, and they are with you in your heart and soul. You will forever have the memories that you experienced with them. Okay, it's not like you're going to forget about them in their presence, but you do have to accept that, you are still here in this realm, and there are still things that you have to experience and go through. All right, and Spirit's just saying, like, you do deserve to feel happy again, and it's okay to give yourself permission to feel happy again. Okay, so with that, Spirit's saying to think of something that once brought you joy and to go do that activity. Okay, so simple things. They're saying, like, get out of your head and get into your body, get into movement, get into the flow. So if there's something that you once did, and I'm actually seeing like playing laser tag, or like going for a walk, or going bowling or skating, something that's kind of fun and joyous, but that also, gets you moving in your body and gets you in the present moment. go do that thing. It's going to fill you up. And I'm also seeing that once you start acting on those calls to go do this fun activity, you're going to receive intuitive insight, intuitive downloads on, what's next for you and the path that you're walking upon. Okay, loves, let's see what these next cards are for you here. So these are from the Black Moon astrology cards. Oh, we have 24 Pisces, I believe. There we have an ammonite again. You have so many similar symbols coming out. That is so interesting. So we have 24. Wow, and I just realized 24 and 48. If you double this, it goes into the 48. That's amazing. All right, and then we have 35, 11th house friends. I love this because we talked about the returning of past connections, past friendships. Let's fix that there. Okay, and then let's see what your last card is. We have 29, 5th house creativity. 29, 5th house creativity. Okay, so again, Spirit is bringing me back to this return of connecting back with friends. But again, I'm picking up on this message that when you reconnect with these people from your past, it's almost like you're going to be hesitant to. You're going to kind of want to turn away from it because again, when you were connected in the past, things didn't always go smoothly. There may have been a lot of conflict. I'm also seeing when I say Spirit's asking you to believe in this connection and to have hope that this connection is going to work out in a different light than it once did. I'm almost seeing that's something that the other person might say to you. So it's like the other person might say please just believe in us, believe that this can work out. And it's interesting. It's almost like when you hear that, you automatically go into that energy of wanting to roll your eyes, not believing it. But Spirit is saying this is real. Give it a chance. Okay, there is new things to discover within this relationship. Oh, I'm actually seeing here Spirit saying to consider writing out a list, or even just thinking it to yourself, all of the good qualities in this person. Okay, and Spirit's also saying here to just give it a chance. You don't have to make any promises or commitments to this person, but they may have some things that they want to say to you, and so they may invite you to lunch, and Spirit's saying what's the harm in going to one lunch with them? It's not saying that you have to remain in contact with them forever, but maybe you can get some closure on this relationship. Maybe you will learn some things about this person that you didn't know before. And I'm also seeing they may have something to offer you, and you may have something to offer them in return. Okay, but I'm seeing that there is information that's going to be revealed that you may not have been aware of. Okay, and that is why Spirit's saying so much to just give it a chance, to trust in the divine. The divine would not take you to, they wouldn't take you back anywhere that you weren't meant to be. Okay, this return is happening for a reason. All right, and it's going to bring in closure. It's going to bring in this feelings of hope and this feelings of feeling joy and happiness again. Okay. All right, so with this card here, the 29th 5th house creativity, again, Spirit saying it's time to get out of your head and into your body. Okay, you may be feeling called to create something, or to there's something that you may have been working on, and it's time to start sharing it with others, or it's time to put it out there for the world to see and to experience. So this could be a class of some sort. It could be some type of art project that you've been working on. I'm seeing if you do resonate with the message about creating some type of art piece, somebody watching this may be considering putting it in some type of show, or some type of a museum show or something, or even having your own showing where like maybe you do it at your house, or you go into business with like a coffee shop in the area and you set up all your artwork on display for others to see and to experience and to possibly even make purchases or prints or something of that sort. Okay, but overall, Spirit's saying to return to creativity, return to creation. I feel that you've been allowing yourself to remain in this energy of kind of being stuck, kind of being down, processing everything that you've been feeling internally, and you haven't really been allowing yourself to express what you've been feeling and processing and experiencing internally. And now is the time to start expressing it. And if you don't feel comfortable expressing it with other people, you can always return to creativity, whether that be, drawing, painting, writing. I'm seeing like crocheting or like tie-dye, any form of creativity that gets you flowing. And again, Spirit saying again, like just get back into your body, start moving your body. Dance, I'm seeing dance. Some of you may be needing to dance. I'm also so drawn to these faces up here, so some of you may be interested in theater or acting. I'm also seeing here, I'm hearing the words, fake it till you make it. So I know some of you, you're aware that this return, like returning back to your power, returning back to these feelings of having hope and happiness, that they're coming in strongly, but you're still kind of in this in-between space of staying in those feelings of being down, feeling stuck, but you're ready to cross over back into the space of remaining in your power, remaining confident, feeling joyous, doing things that bring you joy, reconnecting with friends. But Spirit's saying, even if you're a little hesitant to move into those spaces of returning back to happiness, returning to these old connections, and returning to your creativity and your flow, just try, like just fake it till you make it. Okay, just start doing it, even if it doesn't feel right to begin with. Just keep giving it a chance, and eventually you'll be able to find your flow with it again. Okay, they're also saying, what you believe is what you see, what you believe is what you experience. Okay, so if you believe that this connection, these return with your friends is going to be like it was in the past, or it's going to be something negative, that's what you're going to get out of it. But if you believe and have hope and trust and faith that things are going to be different this time around, then that's what you're going to experience. Okay, so you may also need to work on your perspective around the return of whatever's returning to your life. And Spirit's also just recommending you may want to practice some affirmations to help get you transitioned into a new state of mind where you're feeling more hope and happiness in your life and on your path. All right, let's see what these last few cards are. So this is from the Ostara Tarot. So let's see what tarot cards we have. We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. And there's another bird. So many birds. So some of you may be seeing birds a lot. Maybe you even have like little conversations with the birds. All right, we also have Four of Cups. And there's a bunny rabbit and she's wearing the bunny ears. Four of Cups. So we have two cups. Let me pull this up a little bit. I'm also hearing with the bird symbolism that some of you may have a pet bird as well. Or maybe you know somebody with a pet bird. Oh, we have the Five of Cups. Oh, pile 3. I know you're in your feels right now. And then we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands. And then we have the Four of Swords. Pile 3. I know you're in your feels. I'm sending you guys so much love. So much love. You're going to get through this. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Okay. All right, pile 3. Okay, so a lot of these cards are showing me that you are in those feelings of some heavy emotions here. You're kind of feeling like this Five of Cups energy. You're feeling like this little bunny rabbit here. You're feeling a little down, a little lost. But, you know, with all these cards and everything that we talked about, things are transitioning. You're going to go through the transition where things start coming back to you. Things that you miss are going to be returning to you. I'm feeling like you've been feeling as though, you know, like it's almost like that energy, like nothing's going right, everything's going wrong. Why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I get it right? And Spirit's saying that that energy is going to be passing very soon, and you're going to be able to transition into the flow again, the flow of abundance, the flow of things going right, the flow of feeling good. I'm really drawn to this Queen of Swords here. Okay, and what I'm getting with this Queen of Swords, I didn't even realize we have another bird symbolism there. But what I'm getting with this Queen of Swords is that you may be hesitant to kind of step out of your comfort zone. And when I say comfort zone, your comfort zone right now is this space of feeling down because you've been in it for so long. Okay, you've been in this energy of healing, of processing, of integrating, of releasing, okay, of just, you know, ultimately processing everything that you've lost in the past, okay, because I feel like you've gone through some type of loss, okay. And I do feel that for some of you, when you went through this loss, it was a loss that you discovered through some type of deceit. Okay, so maybe somebody deceived you. Maybe you were deceiving yourself. You know, maybe you were in a situation where you knew what was going on, but you didn't want to believe it, or you didn't want to question it because you were in this happy bubble and things were going well and you were comfortable and you were satisfied, so you didn't question it. But then when you did question it, everything came to the surface, which kind of threw you into this energy of needing to process all the pain and that overall loss, okay? And so what I'm feeling is that you may be so hesitant to return to the space of happiness, or to return and reconnect with these past relationships or these friendships, or return to this flow of creativity, is because you're afraid that you're going to be deceived again. But love, you cannot go backwards, okay? You've already gone through this moment of deceit. You've already been there. You've already learned from it, okay? So you are not going to go back there because you already know. You've been there before. You know the signs. So you will know how to get yourself out of any situation that may start showing signs of deceit again, okay? But Spirit's also saying, like, they're not going to take you back there, okay? I'm hearing in regards to this message here too, and with this Four of Swords here, that some of you may be needing to practice setting boundaries when you do, you know, pull yourself up out of this and you start reconnecting with these past relationships, or you start getting into this flow of creativity. You may need to work on establishing boundaries for yourself and for these connections, okay? Especially if these connections that are returning to your life, you know, if you resonate with that message of where I said, like, you may be rolling your eyes at the thought of reconnecting with these people. Shoot, I lost the message. This always happens. Boundaries. Yes. So, like, when you do, if you do decide to reconnect with these people, you know, you're going to be tested to establish those clear boundaries. But I feel that, you know, you're not going to, it's not going to be a test, because you're already going to be aware and know that you need to set these boundaries, because you are going to be trying to prevent yourself from, you know, going back into a connection where you can be deceived, okay? So just trust in yourself, okay, my loves? And then also, just with this Four of Cups and this Eight of Cups, just know that you can trust your intuition, okay? This card here, this Four of Cups, is representing how I said that, you know, there was some type of situation that it's almost like you allowed yourself to be deceived by it because you didn't want to look at it. Like, the cup is right there. It's just right behind her back. She knows what's going on. She's just choosing to close her eyes and to ignore it. Okay. And so just be hesitant of doing that. You know, take your hands off your eyes, see the situation for what it really is, accept it for what it really is. All right, pile 3, but I feel like you are going to get through this and you are coming up out of it. Okay, the transition into new spaces are very close. Okay, this new moon in Pisces is going to be offering you the transition into the new spaces of reconnecting with past friendships that will offer you a sense of love, that will offer you more hope and happiness and joy. And also you're about to move into spaces of more flow. All right, pile 3, I have one last card for you here. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. And these cards here have little affirmations on them. So let's see what yours is. This is Saraswati. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. And I do want to mention, because I might get some questions about this card, actually got burnt by a candle, so there's some candle wax on it that I haven't taken off yet. But yes, the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. And right here, I'm really drawn to this goddess of self-knowledge. You know, my love, there's nothing, you don't need to question yourself. You don't need to doubt yourself. You know when you're being deceived. You know when people are being honest with you. All right, you know, you just have to choose to look at it. You have to choose to face it and accept it, okay? All right, and then also creation here. Channel this energy, channel these emotions back into creativity. Express them, get them out of your body, okay? Whether it be through poetry, through painting, through drawing, through, I'm seeing like tie-dye, through dancing, through theater, creating plays, screenwrites, whatever it is that is calling you into expression through creativity, flow to those spaces and allow it to effortlessly flow into your creations. Allow it to effortlessly flow out of you and into your creations. Okay, so one last time we have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. All right, pile 3, I thank you so much for tuning into this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what resonated with you most. I love to hear how you connected with these readings. And if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, I do have availabilities. You just have to send me an email at selfunity@outlook.com or DM me on Instagram at selfunity. And since we are discussing the new moon in Pisces on March 2nd, I am holding a new moon in Pisces healing activation. Okay, so this is a healing activation that multiple people can join, and it's a distance session. Okay, so you don't have to be present for it, but you will receive the healing energy and the healing activation. And I also send out a collective message of guidance, any pictures of any cards that I draw, and a picture and video of the healing altar that I set up for this activation. And it's only $11.11 to join. So if you would like to join, you can again email me at selfunity@outlook.com or DM me on Instagram at selfunity. And I will have links for all this in the description box down below. All right, pile 3, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful new moon in Pisces. Bye, loves. Hello, pile 4. All right, so if you picked pile 4, you picked this sweet little tortoise here. All right, so this is actually a whistle, and it has the symbol of a moth or a butterfly on it, okay? And so with the symbolism here, first off, I'm going to talk about this moth or butterfly here. So butterflies generally represent transformation, okay? Some type of change, some type of transformation, all right? And with the process of it, when we go through some type of transformation, just like the butterfly doesn't magically turn into a butterfly. It first has to go into the cocoon and do the internal work, okay? The internal expansion, the internal growth before it can, bloom out and expand into the beautiful butterfly that it is, okay? And so I feel like you may have been going through that process of internal growth, internal healing. Maybe you've been like studying some type of knowledge, some type of wisdom. Maybe you've been taking classes, and now you're about to blossom out of that into spaces where you can integrate the knowledge that you have learned, or whatever it is that you've learned and processed internally into your physical reality. All right, so you're integrating everything and transforming into new spaces based on what you learned. Now, the other message that I'm getting with this is, this is a whistle, and Spirit's telling me to kind of use it. So let's see how it sounds. Okay. So with that, and there's also like a bell in it, as there usually is in whistles, but with that, Spirit's saying that you may enjoy making music or playing music, whether that be playing some type of instrument, writing songs, or even singing songs. Okay, so take whatever message resonates with you there. But let's go ahead and get into your cards. All right, so the first card I have here is from the Oracle of the Mermaids, and I drew one card for each of the piles from this deck, and this is going to kind of set the tone for your reading. Oh wow, we have 29 Lemuria returns: earthy, spirituality, community, ocean, conservation. And I said, oh wow, because pile 3 also had a card that was talking about returns, okay? But let's see what messages we get with this card here for you, pile 4. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages here. Okay, first, I feel in relation to what I was talking about with transformation and integration, I feel, look at this is interesting too, because this person on here is pregnant. And, just like with pregnancy and just like with a cocoon to a butterfly, you have to go through a growth period before you can birth whatever it is that you're wanting to birth. And so I'm feeling pile 4 here that you've been working on birthing something magical. You've been working on something very special in your cocoon, in your womb. And now you're about to go through that birth process, okay? But it's like you're still in the growth phase, okay? You're still in the integration phase. But whatever it is that you're about to birth, I feel that it's heavily related to your community. There's something that you're going to be offering to your community, something that you're going to be sharing with your community. And it could be even connected to, ocean conservation or earth conservation, something with environmentalism. It could be some type of invention, getting like some type of invention, some type of idea that's going to transform how your community protects the earth, protects the ocean. I'm really drawn to earth. It's something in connection to the earth. Maybe some of you have been working on developing your own gardens, or maybe like a farm. Maybe you've been working with animals of the earth and you're wanting to bring awareness of the importance of protecting them or caring for them in some way. Okay, and it doesn't have to necessarily be these ideas, just take what resonates with you. All right, let's see what your other cards are here. Okay, so this is from Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, and we have 47 laughter. I love this. Okay, so right away when I turn this over, I feel that some of you may actually be physically pregnant, and you may be about to birth an actual baby, so you may be bringing more children into your life, which, you know, children love to laugh and they always know how to make other people laugh. So it's just like a joyous adventure that you're about to embark on. I'm also seeing possibly somebody may be considering adopting or starting to foster children or even animals. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm also seeing here that some of you may like your return, or your, like, when you start sharing whatever it is that you're about to start sharing, you know, whatever it is that you're about to birth out into the world, it could be something connected to comedy. And I feel that the way that you express comedy is in a way that can actually get through to people to think about more important matters. Okay, so it's like you're going to be making people laugh, but it's not in a way where, like, you know, they're just going to be making fun of whatever it is that you're putting on a comedy show or comedy talk about. It's more so in a way that gets them to really think about whatever it is that you are discussing and sharing about. And I do feel that it's in connection to how we take care of the earth, how we take care of our community, how we take care of others in our community, you know, and such as like animals or other children, or just, you know, our neighbors. And again, the earth itself and the oceans as well. Okay, so you can bring some type of awareness to these important matters through a sense of, you know, comedic relief. Okay, but it's not like you're not just doing it for comedy or to get laughs. You're doing it because it plants seeds in people's mind to actually, you know, really reflect on and bring awareness to these matters at hand. Okay, we have number 30, adventure. Oh, look at this card. There's this beautiful, like, earth goddess in this big conch shell here. And we have the moon and the craters here. 30, adventure. Yeah, so if you resonate with the message about comedy or even about music, I'm seeing that some of you may be starting to travel or go on tour. Okay, you're going to be starting to travel, go on adventures, so that way you can bring this awareness or whatever these divine gifts are to other people and other communities across the world or across your country. Okay, and I'm also seeing that just in general, you've been in this sacred space of, you know, being in the womb, being in this process of processing, of healing, of reflecting, of learning, of experiencing. And now you're about to transform into the integration phase where you're bringing all that you've learned while you were in this womb space, while you were in this cocoon space, to the world around you. And so that itself is going to be an adventure for you, okay? And Spirit's actually saying, you know, when you start transforming into these spaces of offering whatever it is that you're about to birth out into the world, to remember to come back to a space of laughter and joy, okay? So they're kind of saying, like, what you're going to be birthing out into the world, it's very serious and it's very necessary and it's needed in order to bring transformation to your community and protection to the earth and to the people and to your community and to the animals. But they're saying, don't forget to have fun with it. Don't forget to laugh, okay? Don't forget to remember that this is an adventure. It's not a destination. It's an adventure, and you do deserve to have fun with this process. They're also saying, don't forget about yourself, okay? They're saying, like, yes, what you're going to be sharing with others, what you're going to be bringing awareness to is important and it's needed and it's necessary. But if you are not filling up your own cup, you're not going to be able to give 100% to whatever it is that you're trying to bring awareness to whatever it is that you're offering protection to. So Spirit's just saying, don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Don't forget those self-care days or those moments of self-care throughout your day. All right, let's see what these next few cards are here. All right, so these are from the Spellcasting Oracle deck. Oh, we have good luck. Good luck. Okay, so with that, I feel like Spirit's just kind of whispering in your ear, like, good luck, you've got this. I'm also saying, like, you don't need luck because you've got this. But I do feel that luck is around you, and there are many blessings to come your way. Many blessings. Let's see what these other cards are here. We have answers. Answers, and right away I'm hearing the answers you seek exist within your heart space. They already exist within you. You already have the answers. You just have to allow yourself to tap into them, allow yourself to feel them, allow yourself to hear them. You have to slow down so you can hear them. All right, and let's see what this last card is here. Wow. If that doesn't speak for itself. Transformation, and the butterfly here, which is also here. That's amazing. I love the synchronicities here. Okay, so with these cards here, I'm actually picking up on a couple different messages, but first I'm really drawn to this transformation and this luck. Okay, so when you're going through this transformation, when you start sharing whatever it is that you're going to be sharing with the world around you, when you go through this birth portal and you birth these creations out into the world, you're going to be met with experiences that feel as though you just have the best luck. It's almost like, you know, you've gone through that cocoon phase, you've gone through that phase of processing and learning all you can while you were in the cocoon, while you were in the womb space, that, you know, it's almost like Spirit's going to be rewarding you. Like, they see that you've done the inner work, and now you're going to be bringing this out into the world around you. And they're going to be almost like rewarding you for it, okay? They're going to be meeting you halfway because they see that you've already done the work to get to that halfway point, essentially. And the other message that I was getting is that you're going to be experiencing like so many synchronicities where it's going to feel like luck is on your side. And I'm also seeing you're going to be experiencing so many synchronicities. Shoot, I lost the message that came through. You all know this happens to me all the time. All right, what was I saying there? It was something about synchronicities. Oh, it was about like experiencing deja vu. It's like you're going to be experiencing so many synchronicities, like one after the other, that it's almost like you're going to feel as though you've already experienced this path. You've already lived through this journey. And I'm also seeing that you're going to be meeting new people to the point, but when you meet these new people, it's almost going to feel like you already know them. And Spirit's saying it's because you know them on a soul level. You may have soul contracts with one another. And specifically, if you resonate with the message about giving birth to an actual child soon, or to adopting children soon, Spirit's saying, you know, you do share a deep soul contract with these children, or with this child, to where you're just gonna have this beautiful flow with one another. Okay, it's almost like you're not gonna have any struggles. Like, I don't want to say that there's not going to be any struggles, because, you know, children are the biggest teachers in our life, but it's almost like if you do experience struggles, you're going to be able to know how to flow through it. You're going to have the answers on how to get through it, because your soul already knows one another, and you already know how to kind of heal and mend any struggles that you face with one another. But it's also just going to be such a beautiful connection that you're just going to kind of be blissed out from that, having that soul connection in this physical reality. All right, I'm getting a couple messages with this card here, answers. So what I'm getting with this answers card here is Spirit saying that they're almost saying like there may be certain things that you may worry about from time to time, or like it's not like a big worry, it's just something that you think about from time to time and it brings up feelings of worry. But Spirit's reminding you with this answers card here that when those thoughts and feelings of worry come up, to again sink back into your heart space, tune into your breath and trust that you already know the answer, okay? Because intuitively you already know the answer. You already know how things are. You already know that things are going to work out, again, because you have luck on your side and because you've done the inner work, you've done the inner healing. It's just a matter of time and patience, okay? So you already know. You just have to trust in the timing of things, okay? So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your intuition. Trust in the divine timing of this process and of this experience. All right, let's see what your tarot cards are, pile 4. So these are from the, what deck is this? The Fairy Tarot. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We have 9 of Summer. Wishes come true. Dreams fulfilled. A magical time of life. Wow. I think this card fits perfectly with this good luck card here. All right, we're going to go through all the tarot and then we'll get into the messages of them. We have 5 of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. All right, let's see what this one is here. We have Princess of Spring. Optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, and energetic. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Balance. Number 14. This is a card of the Major Arcana. It says, take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. And in traditional tarot, this is the Temperance card. All right, and then what else do we have here? We have 4 of Spring. Be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. And you actually got an extra tarot card here. Let's see, we have 7 of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusions that arise, I can't talk. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Okay. All right, so there's so many messages coming through with these cards. I'm not sure where to begin. Where should we begin, Spirit? Okay, so we're going to start with this 5 of Winter here. Okay, so this again says, walk away from dishonest associations. Realizing what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. Okay, so what I'm getting from this here is that you have had to walk away from certain situations and certain relationships and connections in your life. And I feel that, once you walked away from these situations and experiences, once you allowed them to be released from your reality, or, from being in connection with you, is when you entered this phase of, going into the cocoon, processing, learning, reflecting, okay? And, I feel that this is something that still heavily weighs on you because maybe you probably didn't really want to choose to walk away from the situation. But I feel that it was probably a disservice to you. It didn't benefit you. It brought you down more than it lifted you up. And so you had to make that difficult decision to walk away from that. Spirit's saying, trust that. Okay, there's nothing that you could have done differently. You listened to your intuition. You knew you needed to release this and you let it go. Now, Spirit's also coming in and they're also saying So I'm feeling this message that, you've been in the cocoon space, you've been in the womb space, especially if you resonate with the message of needing to step out of the cocoon, step out of the womb, so you can start sharing the knowledge that you've learned with others. Or, if you resonate with the message of bringing comedy to other people or bringing music to other people, that it is now time to step out of the cocoon and step out of the womb. Okay, you can't stay in there forever. You have to choose when to cross over. You have to choose when to move through that birth portal and release yourself out into the wild. Okay, and Spirit's saying with all of these cards, most of these cards here, go after your dreams. Look at this. Go after your dreams. Dreams fulfilled. No more procrastinating. Make that decision. All right, it's time to make the decision, and it's time to take that leap of faith on yourself and to go after your dreams and to make them happen. I'm also seeing with this balance card here, I know it says take everyone's input into consideration, but Spirit's saying that you may actually do that too much, okay? I see that, you've been in this space of processing, of learning, and it's like you keep questioning, is it time to put myself out there? Is it time to get on the road and go to that place? Is it time to call up that person and tell them how I've been feeling? It's just like you're going through all these what ifs and when should I do that? But if you're asking those questions, that's your sign that this is the time to do it. All right, that is the intuitive feeling that it's time to stop procrastinating and to move forward with whatever it is that you're feeling. It's time to move forward with. Make that decision. Go after your dreams. Stop hiding in the cocoon and break free. Come out of it. Go through that transformation. Okay, so I'm getting this message here. Spirit's saying, if you are hesitant to break free and to step out of the cocoon, and to step out of the space that you've been in, to step out of that comfort zone, to go on this adventure, Spirit's asking you to, stop focusing on the what ifs, as in what if it could go wrong, and to transform your perspective into what if it could go right. And so, like this card here says, be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Focus on what you're grateful for of this journey. And they're saying to focus your gratitude on what you want to happen. Okay, so say if you resonate with the message of wanting to bring some type of comedy show or maybe like a comedic story to others around you, but you're hesitant to do it because you don't know how it will be perceived by others. Okay, Spirit's saying to offer gratitude as though the success of this adventure has already happened. Okay, so say, you haven't gone on tour yet. Say in your mind, Spirit, God, universe, I am so grateful that I have been able to go on this tour and to experience new adventures and to meet new people and to bring comedy and to bring awareness of these important matters to the public. And I'm so grateful and happy that it was received with love and with laughter. And I'm so grateful that it was a success. Okay, so that's all you have to do. You have to just, like Spirit's saying, that just imagine that it already happened and offer gratitude for it as though it's already happened. And that will naturally help you to move out of the space of staying where you're at and to move into the spaces of, going after your dreams, putting them into action, putting them out there for others to also embrace and learn from and experience. Okay. The world wants to hear what you have to say. There are so many people out there waiting for you, waiting to learn from you, waiting to experience the magic that you have to offer the world. It's time to go after it, to make it happen. You're the only one that can decide to take this leap of faith on yourself. So what are you waiting for? It's time to go after it. It's time to make it happen. All right, pile 4, let's see what your last 2 cards are. Oh, you actually have 2 cards. So I also drew 1 card from this deck for everybody, but you had 2 jump out. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle, and they are messages of with like little affirmations on them. So let's see what yours are. Ooh, okay, so we have Sekhmet. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Yes, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Okay, so this is speaking to how it's actually bringing us back to the first messages that came through in your reading. Okay, so if there are important matters, like worldly matters that have upset you, such as, protecting the earth, taking care of the earth, ocean conservation, environmentalism, taking care of your community, bringing awareness to, how the world is today, whatever it may be, I feel that you're very angry about it. And Spirit's saying to honor that anger by giving voice to it, by offering the knowledge that you have and the feelings that you have around these matters in a new way, such as, through comedic relief, through music. There's some type of, you're going to give these matters some type of transformation through your creativity, through your voice. But you have to remember again that you are pure strength, and you can honor what you're feeling by giving voice to it. But if you stay in that cocoon space, that womb space of only processing it and not sharing how you're feeling about these matters at hand, there's no change that's going to happen. So you have to step out of that shell and give voice to it, bring awareness to it with your voice, with your music, with your creativity. All right, let's see what this other card is here. We have Green Terra, the Buddha of enlightened action. It's so interesting because we have the little Buddha here too. And this says, my soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. So I feel if you're watching this, you may work with the Buddha, the Ascended Master Buddha, or, you may see like symbols of the Buddha in your day-to-day, such as the synchronicities that we talked about. But overall, I'm feeling that Spirit's asking you to embody this affirmation here. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. And with that, Spirit's saying to trust your intuition, to stop holding back, to stop waiting for permission from others, and to make this magic happen. You're the one that has to decide to make it happen. Your soul is already guiding you to make this magic happen. You just have to follow through with it. Okay, so I'm going to read each affirmation one last time. And if you so choose to, you can affirm these to yourself. Okay, so I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. All right, loves, thank you so much, pile 4. If this reading resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below to let me know what resonated with you most. I love to hear from you all and how you connect with these readings. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through emailing me at selfunity@outlook.com or sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity. Sorry about my voice is cracking. Okay, but I did want to also let you all know that since this reading is about the new moon in Pisces, I am also holding a new moon in Pisces healing activation on March 2nd at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is going to be a distance healing activation, so you don't have to be present for it. But if you do sign up, you will receive the healing activation, the healing energy waves, and I will also send out photos and video of the healing altar that I set up, along with any channeled messages of guidance that come through during the healing activation. So if that sounds like something you're interested in joining, you can also send me an email at selfunity@outlook.com, or send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity. And the healing activation, it's only $11.11 to join. So again, you can reach out to me if you would love to register for that. But thank you again so much, pile 4. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful new moon in Pisces. Bye, loves.